Hi guys, it's Choco here. Welcome to the cave. Today we're doing a courgettes and spinach soup. I've just preheated, I hope, 1 tablespoon of oil. I have chopped 2 onions and we're just going to add those in. A bit of garlic in there. Going to add those in and we're just going to let those soften for about 5 minutes. Hi, it's very loud still and I don't know if you can hear me. Whilst those softening, what I'd like you to do is chop 2 cloves of garlic, about 3 potatoes, about 800 grams of potatoes, just any potatoes, and 4 courgettes, and you can also boil your kettle as well. Okay, so those are softened and translucent, and now we're just going to add the garlic. We've got 2 garlic cloves and we're just going to cook those for a minute, and no doubt you are still chopping your potatoes and your courgettes, so keep going with that. Okay, so that's been cooking for about a minute. Now we're just going to add our chopped potatoes. I think I've got about 3 here. That was about 800 grams. And we're going to add, whoops, don't know if you can see, it will be 1 litre of boiled water. Whoops. With, I'm going to make a stock with 2 vegetable stock cubes. So I'm trying to make my videos a little bit more accessible to everyone. I was watching a video the other day with sound off, and I noticed that you couldn't actually follow them that well if you were deaf. So I would like to make them a bit more accessible for everyone actually. So you will be seeing subtitles or just some instructions on the screen, and that's just to make them more accessible, because I kind of think that it should be. You know, we should all be thinking of other people, not just necessarily people that have the same that are made the same as us or the same abilities as us. So I think it's a bit wrong actually that I didn't naturally think of deaf people. I think visually impaired people can probably follow these instructions easily, because I'm quite chatty, but not necessarily people with hearing impairments. So I kind of thought that was a bit wrong. So I'm hoping that these are more accessible to everyone. So anyway, so now you're just going to let that simmer for about 15 minutes. Oh no, that's not going to work. Anyway, don't worry about what I was just about to do. I just thought that my spoon would slot in there, but it doesn't. But anyway, yeah, so that's going to simmer now for 15 minutes. Well, as you can hear, this is bubbling away. It's taken about 20 minutes for the potatoes to be soft, because I don't like raw potatoes, so I just wanted them quite soft. So 15-20 minutes, depending on how much heat you've put under that saucepan. So now we're going to add our other ingredients. We've got 4 courgettes. It's quite a lot. Might have to take that big ladle out. Let me just take this out. Still going. Oops. Let's see. Where did that go? We've got 80 grams of frozen peas. You can use fresh if you've got them. get them in there. And we've got 1 teaspoon of lemon juice, which I haven't opened. As you can see, yeah. There we go. Yeah. Okay, and we'll just let that cook for another 5 minutes. I'm going to add another teaspoon of lemon juice. Sorry, I'm just thinking. It's because I've doubled the quantities, so I'm just going to add in another one. Okay, let that cook for 5 minutes. Hi, so that's been cooking away for about 7-8 minutes. I'm happy that the courgettes are getting a little bit more cooked, and the potatoes are I'm pretty happy with those. And now we're just going to add in, we've got 100 grams of spinach. Mine is frozen. It doesn't matter if it's frozen or not. Really, just 100 grams of it. And we're just gonna again let that cook away just for about 2-3 minutes. Obviously you don't want it to be frozen any longer if you're using that stuff. Okay. Oops. Right, so I've actually turned the heat off on this, but it doesn't look like it. Yeah, I'm happy that the courgettes are going soft now. So we're just going to let that cool down while it's, and we're going to let it cool down before we blend it. Before we blend it, we're just going to add in, I don't know if you can see that, just 1 teaspoon of tarragon. And it can just kind of like cook away whilst it's cooling down. Doesn't look like it's cooling down. And just stir that in. So yeah, we're going to cool it down just before we blend it. So this is the blended soup. What you do to serve it, if you're serving it all in one go, you can add in about, I would say, about 4 tablespoons of crème fraiche, and then just gently kind of reheat it, and then serve it up. I don't bother with crème fraiche, to be honest. We normally just top stuff with cheese or soft cheese. Yeah, that's how we do it here. If you're going to, I'm really shouting, aren't I? If you're going to freeze any of this, because it does serve a lot, it will serve about 4 to 6 people. So if there's only a couple of you and you want to freeze any amount of this, then portion that off before you add the crème fraiche. Don't freeze with crème fraiche in, or any kind of cheese, to be honest. It doesn't work out well. There's no salt and pepper added to this. I'm not a big fan of pepper, but I am a big fan of salt. So you can get the person who's going to eat it to add their own salt to it, I would say. And that's it. It's basically good to go. We normally serve ours with a little cheese on top, or a little bit of soft cream cheese in there, and cheese on toast on the side, because it goes really nicely. That's it, folks. That's all. Enjoy it.